What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Bay Area Boys Podcast, where we talk about everything Bay Area.
With the boys.
Are you hitting the slopes after the show?
Dude, this is, I can see where you're getting that, but this is actually vintage Marlboro.
Cool, man.
And I threw it on because I was a little cold in the overcoat that I was wearing.
You look like an evil ski instructor from an 80s movie.
Yeah, like the total douchebag asshole.
Yeah, dude.
There's the good guy.
I'll see you on the Black Diamond slopes, bud.
The first thing that comes to mind is Out Cold.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What a movie.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Actually, one that Johnny's seen, surprisingly.
So you haven't seen Goodfellas, but Out Cold.
Yeah. Gangs of New York is out.
That's like top 15, bro.
Yeah.
Top 15?
I grew up watching those.
It's
like,
a solid
raunchy
comedy, and
yeah.
it's so sad that comedies like that are not made at all anymore.
Wasn't Zach Galifianakis in that one?
Yeah, that's one
was,
of the-
right?
That was like
Yeah.
a start, I feel like. It had to have been.
Yeah,
I
definitely
think
one of those
Bubble
early-
Boy was before that though.
Which one?
Bubble Boy
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Which was such a solid movie, too.
Yeah.
We can't do this. This is not a fucking movie podcast.
It
dude.
could be.
I know. How easy it is for us to get in that. It kind of shows where the passion is, you know?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How you feeling? You're off to a great start to this year.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're crushing it.
I think you are too, though. I mean, I put in probably just as many offers as you.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. You got listings coming, though?
I got one.
You got a list to last,
Got some in
man.
the pipeline.
Got a list to last.
List to last.
You got a list to last. You
List
just put
to
out
last realty.
You just put out a, ooh.
Yeah.
That kind of works.
Yeah.
That kind of works.
The list to last team.
That's not bad. If we ever go into business together, that's
The
what we'll
LTL
do.
team.
If we ever go into business together. I'll see. I'll think about it. We'll see. But no, man, you've been crushing it. You've been putting out some really good content. You just put out a listing video for listing in San Mateo. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of shine from people.
I had that one in the queue for like the last year.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't have enough ever listings to execute.
I don't remember you ever talking about it.
I keep it in the vault, bro.
Oh, okay.
Keep
So
it
the
in
vultures
vault.
don't steal it
I have
from
like
you.
my little listing videos idea, my coming soon ideas. But I'm glad we got the head start because you have to share the splash scene outside of the
I'm going
video,
to.
yeah.
As soon as I get
because you deserve some credit. Johnny obviously deserves credit for the video.
Oh, well, yeah. We all, I mean, my claim to fame on it was I got to splash with water, which was fantastic.
Some warm water. But no, it really helped because he shot that in about an hour when we actually went to go do it. But it was because we did all those things up front that just made it so easy and efficient.
That was great, man.
Yeah.
It was hats off. Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo, sir.
Thank you.
Much deserved praise you're getting from everybody.
Thank you.
For sure.
So what else we got? We got New Year.
Yeah.
What's new with you in the new year?
We got New Year. Dude, you're firing all
I was
cylinders.
fucking dude.
Firing
I was like going deep. I was like, oh come on, say something.
No, man, just working. I mean, just to equate it back to real estate, seeming like interest rates are going to start going down soon, which is good. I know it's not really a picked out topic for today, but just as kind of an overall real estate thing, especially here in the Bay Area, it's a very, very good thing for buyers and sellers alike that we're hopefully going to start seeing that curve of decreases or a curve of increases, I should say. So decreasing interest rates over the next year or so. And I think they said they're going to drop it 3 or 4 times incrementally over the year is what they're forecasting. So if that's the case, that's going to be fantastic for everybody.
Yeah, I always try to stay out of that because I know like I hear so much different conflicting stuff. So I always just kind of like sit on the sidelines and just go like that while other people say it.
Which is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I still feel like we should,
Even if rates stay where they're at right now, we would be pretty okay.
they're less than they were. I mean, they were up to 8%.
Yeah.
So they're lower than that now, which is great.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't go that high again, I think buyers are starting to get comfortable with just what the rates are. I think buyers are starting to see that the longer they wait, the more expensive houses are getting because we're not seeing a decrease in price.
Yeah.
We're just not.
And
we're seeing it kind of level off.
Yeah.
But in desirable neighborhoods and desirable cities, prices are still going up.
And I know you're poking around a lot, right? Because we both just look at a lot of houses.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing where it's just not a lot.
No inventory. I think I did my end of the year newsletter last week, and I think I talked about it where there were 13 listings in Benicia total.
Yeah.
Which is even less than COVID. When inventory was really tight in COVID, this was an even tighter market for Benicia. 13 listings total. That is nothing. I've never seen that before.
Just like how you described the market.
Tight.
It's
Tight market. It was, and it still is.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah. So we got a few. Wait. So hold on.
Okay.
Other than real estate, what's up with the new year? What's some resolution? Are you a resolution person?
I am a resolution. Well, I'm not a resolution person, but I can be a resolution person for the bit because I'm a yes and person. We've talked about this before, and I don't want to be like, no, next.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not.
You don't believe in. You can say you don't believe in resolutions.
But I don't not believe in them. I'm not.
You don't participate in them.
I'm not a resolute atheist.
Okay.
Okay. I could be a resolute agnostic, where if you wanted, hey, I don't know, but if I had to do a resolution, it's gonna be YouTube for me this year. And
Nice.
here's the problem
I like
with
that.
is I say that every year. But then I get caught up in a lot of stuff. But I feel like now I'm finally set to what I want it to be because I'm such a paralysis by analysis person. And I think I've finally analyzed everything enough to where I can just start.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my move this year is YouTube.
I think you're going to do really well because like I've been saying for a long time, I don't think anybody in Solano County has really taken that market.
No, not really. There's a couple people out there. They're just really inconsistent.
And there's a lot of people moving to Solano County.
Yeah. Yeah, there is, or there are. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
What about you? Resolution?
For me, it's definitely health. Like I always just like eat really good during the week, and then the weekend comes and I'm just like a fucking gremlin. But other than that, like consistently working out. Like even this week, it's like I'm like, all right, dude. First goal, work out 3 times a week, and then the week goes and it gets crazy, and it's like there's no way in hell I set this time aside to really make it happen. So those are like kind of the bigger things. And then, just consistency. I've been doing like checklists every day, which really helps.
Yeah, I when I came in here to record, I saw on your laptop you had a little checklist open, and you had all things except for 2 done. One of them being record this podcast. So
Yeah.
after this, you got one more thing, and I saw what it was. So it's going to be an easy thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be an easy thing.
Nice.
Okay, so
I'm
just
gonna start hiding my shit now.
I'm observant.
No,
I'm
I'm
observant.
joking.
What about
I
you,
don't
Johnny?
care.
Resolutions? Wake up, Johnny.
Yeah,
He's
no,
asleep.
I mean I do, but they're kind of cheesy. It's really just I'm like working on my patience this year. Like I have really bad issues with patience, and then
And what, like your career?
just in like very like stupid things like career wise, like editing and things like that, as well as just like when like minute tasks that get frustrating and I like blow up on it sometimes. And I'm just need to be patient. And then also I'm not drinking for all 2024.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
A dry 2024.
Yeah, just because it affects my productivity, also affects my editing. So realistically, I'm looking.
Are you just editing
edit,
just completely trash?
No, it's just getting to it. Like if I have like a beer, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm not gonna do that tonight. I'm just gonna do what I want now.
Yeah, and honestly, like you're gonna see a difference in your weight. I bet too. Not that you're overweight or anything, but your whole general health is you're gonna see a big change.
Yeah, I've only drank like 3 times since October, and I see it like in the mirror. Like my face looks less swollen.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good ones, man. Those are good.
Yeah. That is another one. I did stop smoking weed.
Were you that much into it though?
It was every day.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that much.
It wa-
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't so like before it was like flour, like where I'd actually like, roll something up every day. Then I hit a point where I'm like, dude, I spend, I don't know, who knows how like long each day actually like just rolling something up, which was getting really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And then, and it was just like the pen and stuff like that. But it was one of those things too, where it's just like, I don't know, I'm just kind of over this.
Did you think it
Yeah.
had to do with anything with being a dad? Like, did that have any
Yeah,
sort
for
of
sure.
yeah?
Yeah. Like, walking to another room or like, growing up, her like seeing that I'm just constantly doing something, which brings up the next thing is like the phone. So like being conscious about like not being on my phone in front of her all the time, because like we're big on like having her not be like an iPad baby and things
Yeah,
like that.
screen time.
Yeah. So it's like, well, if she's going to grow up just seeing nothing but me just like in a freaking black hole, then what do I expect to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough though, man, because
Yeah.
like, I mean, people nowadays especially are born with like iPads in their hands.
I know.
Like,
I know.
you can do what you can, but
I know. I know.
you'll make the right choice. I know you will.
Yeah.
You got a good head on your shoulders.
So yeah, it's a little personal stuff we went into there.
That's good. People need to know who we are.
Yeah.
I think
They
right?
want to know who we are.
They
dude.
want to know who we are. They're screaming at their screens whenever they watch us. But okay, we understand you know about the Bay Area, but who are you?
Yeah.
We want to know more about you. What makes you tick?
Yeah.
Where's your roadmap? We know the Bay Area. What's your roadmap?
Did you see Jason? You're not in workplace a lot, huh? Do you get notifications?
I do.
Okay.
Why? What's up?
He's like, there's an agent within Real that posted made a new East Bay group
Oh, I didn't see
within
that.
Workplace, and it was like the main cover was like a map, and then Jason Cassidy's like, at map 2 at Rolling Osage, is this map accurate?
I didn't see that. Oh man.
I was like, honestly, this is a pretty damn good map, but map 2 will probably say otherwise.
When was that?
This morning.
Oh, it was just this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've been all over the place today,
Okay,
so I haven't had
okay.
a chance to look at it.
Let's
Let's kick it off, man.
do it,
Let's
man.
get into the meat and potatoes of this thing.
All right, so we got number 1, Mr. Governor Gavin Newsom, your doppelganger, calls for new laws targeting retail thieves amid kind of a just flood of robberies. Retail robberies. Is there other robberies? Is it mainly retail stores?
Retail,
grocery,
jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the main ones I
Yeah.
think that make the news because those are the ones that get like the most publicity.
Yeah.
And over the last few months, especially, it's really been ramping up. I mean, I've seen videos and news reports of just a group of 5 or 6 people coming into a store, a lot of times with ski masks on, some sort of mask on, and just running around, grabbing stuff and running out. And people are just sitting around watching. Not that I'm saying they should intervene because they obviously shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it is definitely been an upswell over the last year of that happening, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that's kind of embarrassing is like, we obviously work with a lot of people out of state and things like that, and it's like a big joke to them. So it's kind of just a big joke on California in general. But it's strange too because I mean, I used to work at Safeway many moons ago.
I worked at Zoomies.
Nice.
So I was in retail.
And the company policy was, no matter what, obviously you don't touch them. And this was back in 2010.
Yep.
So I wonder how that works, or like, I guess like obviously these people can still do this and you can't touch them, but maybe there's harsher laws if they do actually get caught, or maybe there's no like amount limit that they can take.
Yeah, and that was the same thing for my days as one of the youngest assistant general managers in Zoomies, by the way. If there was any shoplifting, we couldn't touch them, couldn't do anything, obviously, because safety is the main concern. They don't want any of their employees getting hurt, having any altercations. You don't know if these people are armed. It's just better to let them go. But I feel like because of that, now these people who are starting to do that more often kind of realize that. So they're just like,
yeah,
okay, well,
this is what it is. Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go brazy.
Let's go brazy.
Basically, yeah, I mean, long story short, it's made California look like a little bit of a joke, right?
It is.
Which we have a track record of doing.
Yeah, it's not been. Hey, look, here's the thing. It's not been a great run for California
Yeah.
for the last year.
California forever, though.
As much as we'll get to that. As much as
get to that.
we'll get to that. As much as I love it here. Yeah, the optics are not great.
Yeah.
But the problem is the optics are the narrative a lot of times. So we need to change our optics because obviously that's not happening everywhere, right?
Yeah.
That's not like a daily occurrence. Crime is not running rampant all over California. But when that's the narrative, that's what everybody sees. And so it gives us a really negative outlook for this state.
Yeah.
Which is problematic because even so on a lot of our TikToks that we've been posting, we're getting some good engagement there. And people from out of state, a lot of them are saying, yeah, look how bad California is now. Look, you guys are one of the most unsafe states in the whole nation. It's like, well, that's just not true.
No, it doesn't feel like that.
No, it's not true, but that's what it looks like to people. And when that's the narrative, it really affects everything that we're trying to accomplish in this state.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the least political person you probably know. Is that...
I don't know, man. I might rival you there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a big politics person.
Oh, you mean like, okay, I thought you were saying like I am.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not big into politics either.
No, I hear you. So we're a couple of the least political person, but
Sure.
you tend to know more than I do, which is awesome.
Well, I'd like to keep my finger on the pulse, you know?
Do you think this is kind of something because of like re-elections coming up? Are re-elections coming up?
Well, they just tried to. I don't think it's a re-election year for governors.
No.
Obviously, just for
Yeah.
president,
Okay,
right? That's
okay.
a big thing.
I didn't know if it was all in one or like what was going on.
No. It's a little bit different of a system there. I don't think, but Newsom definitely has to get a hold because if you remember,
Yeah, it's like oh shit, I should probably get a good 2-year head start on this.
a couple years ago, they tried to recall him. for everything going on because of all the stuff that was happening with COVID and everybody was upset about. No, it obviously didn't pass and didn't really go anywhere because California is an overwhelmingly blue state and Gavin Newsom has an overwhelming populace behind him. But it was to the point where people started to kind of question it and at least put forth like, hey, is this guy the best leader for our state? So I think, again, optics, right? He needs to get as far away from that as he can and start dealing with a lot of the big problems, which is another reason why I think he went after what we talked about a few episodes ago, which was the teachers' compensation, because that's a big problem in our state. I'm not saying he did that solely because it was an optics thing.
Put that on his back, dude.
Yeah, it is something that needs to be addressed, but I think he needs to start tackling those big problems. And one of the big problems right now that is a national story is the crime. And I think he's thinking he needs to get ahead of that so that he can show that he is trying to do something about it. As best as one person can.
Totally. So these are the proposed legal changes, kind of what we were saying, what would happen here. So the legislation aims to strengthen the prosecution of Newsom's terms. Key proposals include increasing felony penalties and prison time for reselling stolen goods and introducing new penalties for auto burglary and possession of stolen items from a vehicle with the intent to resell. I mean, this is something the Bay Area really needs, though, right? I mean, for all the people, especially like speaking of TikTok lately, talking about just lost my car, right? Moved to Oakland and car got stolen, or, Keith Lee, the food reviewer, coming into the Bay Area and saying, please don't break into his car, like all this different stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really needed in that sense.
Yeah. And, one of the biggest pushbacks you're going to get from that is one of the things that California and the Bay Area are trying to, I don't know, to fix, I guess. That might not be the best word, but petty crime having a high sentence for it.
Yeah.
That's something that, especially impoverished areas in the Bay Area, low income, is over-policing has been a problem. We've talked about it at length before in another episode, so I won't get too deep into it. But this sort of tracks in that area.
It's stepping into a fine line, right?
Where it's like, well, were they really? I mean, they're just stealing from a store. It's this. It's not. They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and as much as I kind of lean that way for a lot of things as well, at a certain point, you have to have laws or anarchy will reign.
Yeah, it's going to be run rampant.
And it's going to get run rampant.
I mean, not only that, but like California, Bay Area, they need people to want to open businesses.
Yes.
How are you going to want to open a business and invest an insane amount of money into doing that if it's just going to be...
Yeah, if you feel like that your investment is not going to be properly protected.
Yeah.
Which is a fair thing. So I think that pendulum has swung over so far to where, we might have to start enforcing harsher laws for doing that, because you can't just go into a store and steal stuff. You shouldn't be able to do that and not be able to more or less get away with it or have a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. I think there's going to be a lot of opposition on both sides of it, but if it is an issue, you have to deal with it. You just do.
Yeah, which isn't fun.
No, it's not fun, but it has to happen.
Yeah. To go piggyback off of what you were just saying of kind of the debates it would spark, really the big debate around it is around Proposition 47, which is a 2014 initiative that reduced penalties for certain drug and property crimes. So Newsom says that he plans to not propose changes to Prop 47, which has been a point of contention among some lawmakers and law enforcement officials. So I think that's exactly what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's the punishment has to fit the crime, right? Like if you have a little baggie of something on you, like you're not going to get 10 to life for that.
Yeah.
You have to have some semblance of fairness, if you want to use that word, of what's happening.
Yeah. So the legislative package is still in the proposal stage with discussions among lawmakers, law enforcement, and other stakeholders. So we'll see what happens with this one, but we are here letting you guys know so you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, just know that the wheels of bureaucracy churn slowly. So we might not see any movement on this for a while, but just know that it is something that they are aware of and they are trying to figure out a solution to.
Yeah.
Which is, that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah. So moving on to our next kind of a couple of grim topics here, but we'll end on a little tiny bit of a lighter note.
Okay, great.
Actually, no, this isn't a grim topic. It's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So East Palo Alto, which was originally known for its extremely high crime rates, particularly in homicides, in the 1990s was labeled the murder capital of the world in 1992, with the highest per capita homicide rate in the U.S.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I always knew East Palo Alto was really bad. I did not know all that.
I didn't either.
So this is what's insane. In 2023, East Palo Alto had absolutely 0 homicides. That's pretty wild.
East Palo Alto has changed a lot.
I will say
over 30 years.
Yeah. I will say though, East Palo Alto specifically,
Sure.
right, is only 28,000 people. Right, we're here in Martinez right now, which is I want to say about 40 to 50,000 people. So it's talking about a really small city.
Yeah.
But making a significant turnaround, East Palo Alto celebrated no homicides in 2023, which is just a huge contrast to its past. Basically, they're saying there's multiple factors that kind of contributed to the turnaround. In the past were discriminatory real estate practices and corruption scandals, things probably like redlining and
Absolutely
all those things that we know about. Probably not a lot they know about.
Yeah.
There's the crack cocaine epidemic, gang-related issues, tons of stuff, right? So over time, researchers noted a steady decline in crime rates over the decades, and they're attributing this to improved economic conditions in the area, initiatives for youth and the formerly incarcerated, community and law enforcement cooperation, growing public trust in the law enforcement area. It seems like all we need to do is mimic this and put it into other cities. How simple.
Yeah.
How simple, but yet how complex.
How do you mimic that?
Yeah.
How do you, it's not just a switch you can flip to have, because it sounds like
money, right?
Money is the cure, which unfortunately is for most things in life. So that's not something you can just give an influx to in certain areas or cities.
Yeah.
You have your main money centers, Palo Alto being one of them.
Yeah.
The Silicon Valley, all that kind of area down there. But you can't just... Like when Detroit was going through its big downfall, when the motor industry flipped upside down, which was its main money maker, which is why Detroit fell into the despair that it had to go through for a while. You couldn't just turn it on, right? You couldn't just say, here's money, fix it. It's much more systemic than that, which obviously you can read from the things that cause it to be that way in the first place. It's been 30 years of them fighting through that. It's not just an easy fix. Now that doesn't mean we shouldn't start that process sooner rather than later, but it takes a lot. And that's only as you said, that's only in a city of 28,000 people. We're not talking about major cities, which would probably...
It'd be a lot harder.
Make it harder.
It would
take even longer.
But I still think you just do the same exact thing on a larger scale.
Like what? Like same exact thing as far as what?
So let's talk about this, right? So a big question of this is this sustainable long-term for East Palo Alto? So Mayor Antonio Lopez's perspective is he wants to focus on creating a good foundation where people don't resort to violence, right? Is number one. Efforts to reduce unemployment, enhance after-school programs, and provide alternatives to prevent youth gang violence. Or youth gang involvement. Significant commercial development, including new hotels and rising property values. This is one that's kind of inevitable in the Bay Area. But less red tape when it comes to bringing hotels and things like that would be great. Discussion on whether the changes, constitute gentrification. That's always the big toss-up, right? Hey, you're gentrifying, but at the same time, we don't want to have all this violence in the city, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's the G word, gentrifying. That's the one that a lot of people have a problem with, because they feel a lot of times like the spirit of their city or neighborhood that they've grown up with gets taken away, because it kind of does, right? It is a thing. I do think that does exist, and especially neighborhoods in major cities, right, where you've had the mom and pop shops for years. Generationally, you have these businesses that have supported a neighborhood that get taken away for a Home Depot or a Rubio's or a Chipotle or just those types of big box stores, and it changes the face of the city and the neighborhood, and it changes the clientele and the citizens of the neighborhood as well.
Yeah.
It's just an inevitable thing.
I think most importantly though is focusing on the youth, right? So having those after school programs, God, childcare is just so insanely expensive right now for people. I'm just so lucky that we have really supportive grandparents and that we're just so lucky to have that. Because I can only imagine like what some people are going through, and the only thing that they have is to pay a ton of money or maybe put their children in not most favorable, positions. So to me, I think it would be starting with the youth is probably the most important thing, and then providing funding or people donating to be able to make these things happen.
Agreed. In Benicia, there is a program, I guess you could call it, where after school there is kind of like a I don't know what the word for it would be, a giant housing where kids can go and just hang out.
Yeah.
And it's free and it's a safe environment, and it has
awesome.
video games, board games, sports, all the things that kids can go to get a better sense of community and to keep them out of trouble, quote unquote.
You know the name of that place?
Not off the top of my head.
We'll put them in the
absolutely. Yeah, for
comments.
sure.
It's essentially the same as Boys and Girls Club, right?
Same kind of thing.
Probably
YMCA,
similar,
Boys and Girls Club, same type of thing. But
Which I know they have, but I honestly don't know anything about Boys and Girls Clubs and like how they work, or like if there's restrictions, or the age groups where a kid can just say, "Yo, I'm heading home now," or how if it's like a a real like daycare or whatever it is. So
no, it's not really a daycare. It's just a place. It's a place to go to keep kids out of trouble.
Active,
and and the whole thing for the one in Benicia is completely subsidized by donations.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we gotta make this happen, man.
Yeah, and it's a great program.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm blanking on the name of it off the top of my head, but when I was working at Caldwell Banker, the leader, the person who ran it, came in and basically said, "Hey, I'm going around to all businesses, local people, saying, can you help fund this?" And I mean, the 100 agents in there all pulled their wallets out and just because it's such a great thing, right?
Yeah, stood up one by one. Me.
Yeah.
Me.
I will donate.
Me.
I will donate. But it was great. And it's...
And then there's that one agent's like, "Man, all you guys, damn it, me."
Yeah, I know. Me, I guess. It's like a Monopoly money $20 bill. The one who doesn't produce, not a producer. First year in the business. But no, I think it all starts with the youth, right?
Yeah.
Even when we were talking about the education system and what's going on in our country, it's the youth. They're not getting educated. They're not giving a proper foundation to thrive, succeed, to be given a better option, a better choice. And a lot of times people can't in a lot of their situations. So let's work on making it so that is an option that everybody has access to. Dude. I know it's going to be easier said than done. I understand that, but I think you hit it right on the money. Starts with the youth, starts with the kids. Show them a better path.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you should definitely, if there's ever an interview for you to do, you know how like presidents have their double? Like you should be Gavin Newsom's double.
I could do it. Doesn't he kind of have like a gruffer voice? Isn't he kind of like, isn't there a little bit of a gruffness,
I think I kind of zone out a little bit.
There's a slight gruff. Yeah.
Right. I saw him speak at what's the thing that we go to every year as well? I used to go to every year. He spoke in San Francisco, Sacramento at the Capitol building for the legislative day. Jesus. We call it Ledge Day because it's a lot easier to say. Legislative
I'm legend
Day.
Today.
I said it right that time. Legislative Day. We got to see him speak in person. It's a thing that realtors go to, and they basically have politicians come in and speak about a lot of these issues actually. And I saw him speak in person. He is extremely charismatic. He is a very good orator, which you kind of have to be in politics.
That's what I'm saying. You could probably stand you could literally be his like, "Dude, I'm really sick today. I need that double." You put
I can pull it off.
You do the
put the hair a little more back than to the side.
Yeah. He's kind of more slick back. I feel like.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, dude, they probably put some prosthetics on you a little bit, and then you do your thing.
I can do it.
I think so. Yeah, that's why I said it.
I can do it.
All right, so I think we'll do like a little bit of a lightning round.
Okay.
Of the 5 major Bay Area housing developments that are, please, hopefully breaking ground. because I just can't keep talking about this anymore, man. I can't keep doing it.
When I was reading the notes, I was like,
Again?
did we touch on this
Yeah.
already? But
We only have so much here in the Bay Area, dude.
it's good to update,
Yeah.
and it's good to, and there are a couple new ones on here as well that we have not talked
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
I wish we were in Orlando. I wish I could be a Ken Pozak who just has restaurants and
Theme parks
and retail and all this glamour.
We have Marine World
And red tape.
and Great America.
Yeah.
One of those is going away next year, and the other one has been on a downhill decline for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Oh, Great America. I spent so much time at Great America when I was a kid.
Never a big Great America fan.
Oh, I spent so mumuch time there because they had the Top Gun ride, and my brother and I were obsessed with Top Gun.
Yeah.
We would just ride that ride over and over and over again. Were you a big Marine World kid?
Very rare. I'm not a big roller coaster kid.
But no, I'm talking about Marine World before it was roller coasters. When it was like
like actual Marine.
when it was Marine World Africa USA.
Yeah. I was pretty young there, dude. I think.
Yeah. Okay. It's for young people.
So no, I mean like really like young, too young to where like I probably went once when I was like 5, 4.
that's the perfect age.
Yeah, but not like I don't have too many memories there.
Fair enough.
I can only go so much.
There used to be
before they were gone.
a summer pass where you got a season pass combo for Marine World and Water World.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I get
Dude.
down with Waterworld, dog.
Every day we were at one of those two places
Yeah.
in the summertime. Every single day.
Yeah,
It was
that-
the best.
That big Kahuna, man, just illusion down that thing. The
Lazy
Honolulu
River,
half
bro.
pipe.
lazy
I get
river.
stupid on the Honolulu half pipe, dude.
You'd go too, Johnny?
Yeah, Lazy River.
Oh yeah,
That's where
lazy
you
river
lived?
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like my best memory there was like, probably had to be like 5 or 6, maybe 7.
Okay.
And they had Sugar Ray just jamming.
Live?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I was about to say.
No. But you
Damn.
know, it's summertime, hot as hell in Concord, and Sugar Ray, probably every morning or something
But
like
just
that.
give me a lazy river lounge real quick.
Just like,
Every morning there's a
is it every
halo-
morning or was it what's another I'm blanking out. Even though I love Sugar Ray.
Do you though?
Yeah, dude, I do.
What's
And
it- what's
when
it-
you go.
Oh,
go,
yeah.
I know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, I can't think of the freaking song name.
Oh, I don't know the name of it. So one of those two. And you were just like you were just the happiest.
Yeah, it's just like that's the
core
memory.
memory?
Yeah, like a summer day, Sugar Ray's slapping just on all speakers.
You know what's
I think I
funny?
had like a caramel apple. You know,
Dude, you know what's funny is I have a Waterworld Lazy River song core memory too.
What is it?
It's Lowrider.
Oh, that's good.
I remember just sitting in my little tube, bro, with my little Coke, just
Yeah.
just sun beating down on me. Oh man, what a time! What a time!
Dude, I know. And now you go and it's like, is it even worth it anymore with the lines? Like,
Well-
you wait like an hour just to hit the big Kahuna, and like you're getting the little water trickles on you as you're in the steps. And you're like, oh yes.
And you start to see like, oh, this place is really dirty. Like you really start noticing all the bad things that as a kid you were just so
Dude,
oblivious to it.
everybody, the lazy river, everybody's sunglasses and sandals and like everything's laid out. People are stepping in the wrong sandals and walking off. Like, oh shit, these aren't my sandals, dude.
Oh, dude,
Dude, we
Waterworld,
gotta go
man.
back.
Hell
We gotta go this
yeah.
summer.
We'll
I'm so
report-
down
we'll
to
report
dedicate
live.
a full 8-hour day.
Dude, you could take Nova.
Hell no, I'm not
No?
taking Nova. No way,
Why
dude.
not?
Dodging the sun with a little baby like that is.
Didn't you say she's gonna start swimming lessons soon?
We did. I just did them last night.
Right.
But it's not
Well,
time,
it's
dude.
time, dude.
If I want to enjoy and like really get into like have some iced margaritas and stuff there.
Oh, do they have alcohol there?
100%, dude.
Oh man,
The wave pool.
bro.
The wave pool.
We gotta go. Hey guys, we gotta go to Waterworld, huh?
Yeah. I want to get to the front of that wave pool, dude, and bodyboard that.
Oh, you and your body, you can live your dream. You can live your bodyboard dream.
All right, we got off track. That was a good one, though. I like that. All right, so let's knock out this one that we've talked about
Yeah.
far too many times.
Go ahead. I'll just.
But I'm not the only one who brought this up. Obviously, I get my stuff from, everything that's going on within
ahead,
the Bay
dude.
Area.
Wait, when you're done again.
Okay, so Brookfield is pushing really heavy for this one for a very quick start time.
Yeah.
On this. So I will say this is the furthest that any other developer has gotten
Okay.
on this development.
Progress.
So, Concord Naval Weapons Station, 10,000 homes could be coming, along with new schools, which would bring fire departments, which would bring restaurants, which would bring office buildings, commercial buildings. Hopefully not too many of those. But yeah, so we will see what happens with this. We will keep you updated as we go along, just like we promised we would.
Yeah, and here we are.
On this last couple, we're
Here
doing
we
it
are.
again, and basically saying the same exact thing as we said last time.
That's okay. We're still updating.
Yep.
Sometimes no news is news.
So number 2, we have Google's San Jose mega development. This was a plan for a mixed-use neighborhood in downtown San Jose, which has been delayed. The project would include thousands of new homes, office space. They are reassessing its future amid economic uncertainties and changes in urban work patterns post-pandemic. I think that what that means is not as much people are coming to the office.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Work from home.
So they're saying, why are we going to do all this of all of our employees and we can save all this money? So, yeah, it's a disappointing one if that one gets delayed too.
Yeah, but you know what though? At least they're ahead of the curve on that.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of accepting that
Yeah.
work from home is sort of here to stay. You
Yeah.
can't force
Yeah.
your employees back to work, which is what a lot of these companies are running into, right? Is their offices are half empty and they're freaking out.
Number 3, we got Silicon Valley billionaires, Solano County City, California dream for all. If you don't know about this one, a group of tech executives and investors are proposing a new city in Solano County with tens of thousands of new homes.
You said Dream for All, isn't it?
Did I say Dream for All?
Yeah, it's California Forever.
California forever.
Just all these different loan programs.
Yeah. Whatever happened to a California? Did I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
sing that every
Heck
time
yeah.
I think about it?
All right, cool.
Every time.
So-
No real update on it, really. We're still getting, I'm in Solano County, so I guess it's the royal we. They are still getting pushback from people who live there.
Farmers, residents.
Yep. I think it's going to be a long, drawn-out thing if they ever break ground.
What I heard through the little itty-bitty grapevine is that this project could technically fall on the vote of residents. So,
and if that's the
it's
case,
going to be a no.
I think it's going to be a no. That's my gut.
Yeah.
That's my gut.
Yeah.
There's too many like side eyes of like, what's really going on here? I feel like they don't have the trust of the people. That's honestly what I think it comes down to. Because it just seems,
I don't blame them.
There's just so many question marks, and it just seems
This is what sucks so much about this is we need this so bad.
I know.
I'm like almost like, I mean, regardless of put my job aside, people who need to rent, you just need more housing options here. We need it so bad. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh, let's just do it. Let's just push it through.
Yeah, but the problem is
maybe
it's the right message, but the wrong messenger.
Well,
right?
Yeah, billionaires, right?
But no one trusts them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like, I think it's going to take the right messenger to do it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like high profile tech people trying to come in and be like the saviors.
You can't even trust Oprah anymore.
Bro, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Dude. You can't trust anybody.
That might have been too bold of a comment.
We're gonna get the O Network people on us now. Good, bring it. We're here for it.
All right, number 4 is Treasure Island redevelopment. The redevelopment of Treasure Island into a residential area with over 8,000 units is under legal threat due to disputes between the real estate companies involved. The litigation could impact the project's timeline and completion. Just a good old couple of real estate companies fighting it out.
To who actually is going to be able to develop it? Is that kind of what they're?
I have no idea. But I'm just giving little gist updates, dude. I'm doing a lightning round, damn it. Don't ask me too many questions.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to blow your spot up like that, dude. I thought you did your due diligence on these.
I do as much as I can, man. It's a lot of information to intake.
Fair enough.
But I'm trying.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to come back from that one. But I would. I mean, it says here clearly that legal disputes between the real estate companies involved. I mean, what are they crossing over lot lines or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Basically, it's probably like who's going to get paid for it, like who's going to make the money, because that's going to be a big.
I don't think so.
That's going to be a big development. Over
maybe
8,000 units.
Maybe they're like, you're putting the same exact countertops as we are, man.
Yes. Oh my God. So many issues stop us from just having more
That's what I'm
houses,
saying,
dude.
dude.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah. All right. So number 5 is Menlo Park Towers. Menlo Park, a proposal of 3 large apartment and office towers, is causing controversy. Project may proceed under a state law known as the Builder's Remedy, despite local opposition. It's always local. It's always local people, but it's like, it's so frustrating because when you own a house and you're the local, you get to just be like, oh, this isn't good for us. But there's so many people that want to have what you have.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like to lord their stuff over others who
Yeah, it's like
are
you don't have it
wanting.
too bad. And it's like, no, dude. Don't you
Yeah.
want other people to feel what you feel and have what you have?
Yeah, I saw, I can't remember what it was the other day, but it said the problem with older generations than us is the things that they got came so much easier to them, and now they love to lord it over us. They're like, look, it's just me and my wife, and I live in this 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,000 square foot house, and you're going to come over to my house for dinner, and I'm just going to sit at my king's chair and look down upon everybody else. Like, well, why don't you have what I have?
Yeah.
See how easy it is? And so I think there's a lot of that too with cities, of when people want to be a part of that community, a part of that city. If they want to expand it, it almost feels like people think that what they have is going to be
taken away
or lessened. And I understand the human side of it of like, well, I need to protect what's mine. I get that, but you gotta help. Again, I've said this so many times on this podcast, a rising tide raises all ships. And I really do
live and
believe
die by that quote.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
And so I think this is one of those situations where give a little bit of what you have to better others and their situations, and everybody will prosper because of that.
Love it. Love it. Really grinds my gears. All you people who don't want houses to be built. But they do have to be built the right way. I do agree with that.
Oh, yeah. We just can't be putting up like
Yeah.
shacks and
I
shanties.
think water shortage is a big one. I think that's a big one too with California forever.
You mean just having more people use more water?
Yeah.
But the problem is those people are somewhere here still.
But you're going to, but when you bring 10,000 units, it's going to bring a lot of people
Yeah.
there from other areas, right? Like they're not just going to migrate from city
True.
to city.
Yeah, that's very true too. Which is something we talked about in one of our last episodes too, about they're trying to find other water sources to be able to use, so we don't run into that problem anymore. Again, I think a good summation of this entire episode is it's going to. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. Is things are so much easier said than done, and there's a path forward, but it is very complex, and there's so many moving parts to really make big change, which is why change is slow or change doesn't happen, because you can just you get caught up in the weeds of so many things.
This is where I would love to have someone on. I know we don't have people on, but I would love to get somebody. I'm going to call you out right now. Zach Bowling. We need you on here, brother.
Okay. First official Barrier Boys guest, possibly?
I would love for it to happen. I've put some feelers out there. I know he's a busy guy, but I would love... He's a very, very knowledgeable dude.
And who is he?
He is a YIMBY activist. Yes, in my backyard activist. And I think he's... God, I'm so bad with this stuff. But he's running for something in regards to housing. And terrible that I don't know this off the top of my head. But
he'll tell us when he comes on the show.
I would love to have him on.
He'll tell us exactly what he does when he comes on the show. Well, that would be great. So we're going to catch up with him, hopefully, and have him as a guest on the show. And we're going to keep, of course, following up with all the topics we talked about today as new information comes up. And obviously, we will keep you updated on everything else new in the Bay Area as well. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. If you guys have any questions about what we talked about on here, have questions of your own regarding anything about the Bay Area, or if you have real estate advice needed, or you need someone to help you with transactions, or just have some questions for us, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you guys out, answer any questions that we possibly can for you. We will see you on the next episode. Until then, Happy New Year. You guys stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.